Welcome folks, my name is Kyle Montgomery, and today I'm going to show you how to install the BuzzBud Callbox. Today I'll demonstrate how to install two different configurations, an indoor configuration which includes this indoor mount which comes with the OwnerGo Callbox, and the optional rugged mount which can be purchased separately and is recommended for all outdoor applications. To follow along and see detailed wiring schematics, visit OwnerGo.com/install. To install this in the indoor configuration, first you're going to take the pin and star Torx Allen wrench that came with the Callbox and remove the back plate here. Next, you're going to remove the back plate and put the Callbox down. And you're going to measure on the wall where you want to drill the holes to install this. Be sure to install the back plate with the smaller holes facing the wall and the larger holes facing outward. If you don't do this, you're going to have to take it off and then reattach it. So first I'm going to trace against the hole that we have here for the wires where the mount will be installed. Since this material is cement, I'm going to use a hammer drill to drill some holes in the wall to attach this. Always wear proper eye and ear protection when using a hammer drill. The next step involves attaching all the wiring. There are several ways to connect the electrical connection to the Callbox. It is important that you use a dedicated AC adapter for the Callbox, and we recommend using the AC adapter that came with the Callbox itself. You may choose to either cut this wire off and hardwire the connection, or you can use a pigtail for easy connection to the Callbox. For this demonstration, I fed the AC adapter through the wall and also this Ethernet cable with 8 contacts on it. I'm going to use all 8 wires for the Ethernet connection and also the door relay connection. First, I'm going to strip the sheathing off of the Ethernet cable. For this demonstration, I'm going to wire the Ethernet through the orange and the green contacts on the Ethernet cable. And then I'm going to use the blue contact for the door relay. For more information about connecting your Callbox to the specific door configuration that you have, check OwnerGo.com/install for all our helpful guides. So now that I have the wiring connected, I'm going to plug in the electrical connection, feed the wires into the hole in the wall, and then connect the Callbox to the mount by pushing it in and sliding it down. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to install the Callbox with the outdoor rugged mount. So first I'm going to remove the bracket on the back of the Callbox using the 4 screws. Next I'm going to get the mount and align it on the wall. Be sure to position the hole where the wires come through the wall in this main area right here, and that you level the top of the mount. Always use eye and ear protection when using drills. Next, I'm going to go ahead and attach this sleeve to the back of the Callbox with the ears facing forward. Be sure to use the stainless steel screws that came with the mount and not the chrome screws with the Callbox, because the stainless steel screws are going to not rust like the chrome screws might. Next, after connecting the wiring, I'm going to go ahead and slip the top of the Callbox in the mount. And finally, after you've done all the testing, add the 2 security screws to secure everything in place. Now we're going to set up the software on the Callbox. you may or may not already have the BuzzBud software running on the Callbox. If the BuzzBud software is not installed, you will see this Android screen. To install the BuzzBud software, just swipe up on the screen, set settings, and then if you're not connected to Ethernet, you want to select the Wi-Fi here to enable the Wi-Fi so you can connect to the internet. I'm going to turn on the Wi-Fi at the top here, and then it's going to scan for available Wi-Fi networks. I'm going to go ahead and type in my password. Now that it's successfully connected, then I'm going to click the 0 here at the bottom. And then I'm going to select Google Chrome. I'm going to uncheck the Help Make Chrome Better check mark here, and then hit Accept and Continue. I'm going to click No Thanks for syncing an account. And then for the web address, I'm going to type in OwnerGo.com/install. Then click Go. You should see a message on your screen saying your device is valid, and you'll have a button here to install the Callbox app. So click that button, and then it says Chrome needs the storage access to download files. Click Continue. Allow Chrome to access photos, media, and files on your device. Allow. And then click OK at the bottom here. When it's done downloading, you'll see an Open button. Once you click Open, then select Install. Now select Open. Now this is important. Make sure you select OwnerGo Callbox at the bottom by selecting it so it's highlighted, then select Always. This will make sure the OwnerGo Callbox always starts up when the Callbox is restarted. Now you'll see the latest version of the OwnerGo Callbox software running on here, and now it's ready for a command prompt. If you already have a community set up on the Callbox, it may ask you for the last 4 digits of your PIN before being able to enter codes. For now though, there's no community set up, so I'm going to go ahead and type in Buzz Setup. Then select Open. It says for better experience, turn on device's location. Select OK. Now we're going to select the button at the top saying Change OwnerGo Callbox. Now this is where the installation may be different for various people. For most people, the Callbox will not be set up in OwnerGo already. This will be a brand new Callbox. If you are installing a new piece of equipment or replacing a piece of equipment and the Callbox was set up previously, then you would select Yes here. But since this is a brand new Callbox and we don't even have a community set up in OwnerGo, we're going to select No. So here it gives you a QR code to scan with your phone, and this will allow you to set up the new community via your phone. Now you'll only need a few pieces of information to be able to set up the community, including the community name, the type of community. So at the top of the screen here, I'm going to type in the community name. I'm going to call this Test Community. And I'm going to designate this as a HOA or co-op. My role is a hardware installer, so I'm going to keep that the same. And I'm going to enter the zip code here. I'm going to select Next. And then it's asking for the property manager's name. This is important because they'll get a login credential via their email so they can set up the Callbox and also interact with the community. It's important that you enter the address for the community correctly on this screen, because residents, when they go to registeredownergo.com, they will use this zip code to find the community in our site. Now that the community has been set up in OwnerGo, I'm going to go ahead and click Next here. And then I'm going to select No. It's going to ask me if I have a PIN already. I do not have a PIN. So select No. It's then going to prompt me to describe this call box. I'm going to call this front door, but you may also call it something like package room door or pool door, or maybe the 3000 building door. Just click the field, tap the field with your thumb, and then you can start typing. Then I'm going to select Next. Now I'm going to type in the postal code. Here I can find the test community that I went ahead and set up on my phone. So I'm going to select this. Now it indicates that it has been set up. So click Next. Now I'm going to show you a few helpful codes that will help you either debug the call box or set it up further for this community. The first is Buzz Wi-Fi. So you double click this code, the secret area up here in the upper left-hand corner, and you'll get the code access screen. And you can type in Buzz Wi-Fi. If you haven't visited this screen in the last hour, it might ask you for the last 4 digits of your PIN. This will take you to the Wi-Fi screen where you can change networks or change passwords for your Wi-Fi connection. So to go back to the call box, just press the 0. The next helpful code is Buzz Sound. So double tap up here, Buzz Sound. And this will allow you to change the volume for the call box. It might be too loud or too low in volume for this location. The next code is Upgrade. Generally, you won't have to type this in because it automatically upgrades itself every night at midnight. There's also the refresh button. This is helpful if you make changes to the OwnerGo website, but you want it to reflect immediately on the call box. The call box does automatically update itself, but it doesn't always check for updates. So sometimes it might be a few hours before an updated configuration shows on the call box. The next code is Buzz Debug. Now the debug mode is turned on. You can click back and then scan some access cards. And it will give you some more detailed information about why the card was accepted or rejected. In this case, the card reader was actually turned off, so it does not even show any information on the cards. So to turn on the card reader, the internal card reader, go to Buzz Setup. So go ahead and select the internal card reader setup. Then click Enable to enable the reader. Now I'm going to swipe a card. This card here ends in 29, so I'm going to go ahead and swipe it. Type in 29, go. And then it says card format successfully set up. I'm going to click Save, then back. Now I can scan a card. And because it's in debug mode, it's actually going to give the actual binary of the card. Here it gives you the binary as well as what the value that it reads that should be entered in OwnerGo for each resident. Once you have this set up, then you'll be able to administer cards, and the cards will be set up in the OwnerGo system. The next code is Buzz Display. This allows you to set the brightness of the LED screen. You can set it to automatic, which is the default, or you can adjust it manually, which it will stay that same brightness. The last code is relay scan, and that's for scanning for our remote relays that would be on the network. That's not covered in full depth in this video, but you can read more about it at OwnerGo.com/install.
To further set up the BuzzBud Callbox, you'll need to log into your OwnerGo account. It's great if you can set up the Callbox initially for the property manager to get the ball rolling, but the property manager will be able to log into their account as well to make tweaks and changes as needed. However, you'll also have access to the configuration, so if they're not able to make any changes, you're also able to make changes remotely. And you don't have to visit the site to make any changes. So when you first log in, you'll be shown this BuzzBud installer account, and this is for changing your company profile, reviewing orders, but it's not really tied to any specific community. So all this information essentially pertains to your company's ordering activity and installer activity with OwnerGo. So to change to a specific community, you go up to your user account up here and you select the community you want to switch to that you're authorized, you're connected to. You may see a lot of other information on here that doesn't pertain to you, so to access the Callbox area, you select the home link and then you select Callbox. To view setup information, click the Setup tab. And then you'll see the callboxes that are set up for this community. To edit a specific callbox, select Edit Callbox. And then on this screen you'll see all the schedules that are set up for this specific callbox. To add a new schedule, click the Add button up here. And this will show all the different types of schedules that you can add. And when I say schedule, I'm referring to the buttons that appear on the main screen. However, you can also schedule other features such as the heading. So the heading is the message that appears at the top of the screen, the welcome message, if you will. So if you want to schedule that to say something during the day but something else at night, you can create two different schedules, one for the day, one for the evening, and it can say two different things. The numeric pin schedule is for residents to add a new type in a numeric code to open the door. There's various ways that they can have codes. They can either generate their own codes. There's a feature which the OwnerGo will create a new random monthly code that's sent out, it's emailed to all the residents, and it changes every month. That's to prevent the code from being able to be distributed to random people. Let's say they have a pool area, you don't want someone posting that on the internet, so it changes every month to hopefully prevent against sharing. Also, there's a schedule here for the package pad passcode. This is if you have an OwnerGo package pad machine, which allows carriers to deposit packages inside a machine. They can enter the same passcode on the call box that is used in the package machine to enter packages, and that allows them to get in the door. Also, the call box supports package rooms, which is essentially a room that you designate for packages that does not have a machine in it. There's a separate button for residents and carriers. So the carrier would use this button here to enter the door. They would be required to enter each package unit number and select the resident for each package. And then that would allow OwnerGo to notify those residents with a package code. Then there'd be a separate button here for the residents to enter that package code and gain access to the room. If they don't have a package code, they're not going to be allowed in the room. Obviously, you can schedule these at various times. If you don't want the package carriers to be entering the building after 11 p.m., you can schedule for the specific times you want them to have access. Also, there's an information button which is useful for other types of people, maybe realtors, or technicians, other type of people that you want to give specific information to. Maybe they should call a phone number to gain access or that kind of thing. Or maybe prospective tenants. You want to, a property manager wants to give them information. They can set up a specific button for them to press to give them specific information. The directory is probably the core function of the call box, where that button gives visitors access to the list of units, and if they type that unit, they will start a video call with that resident. And this you can obviously schedule this for specific times or 24 hours a day. Residents will only appear in the directory if they have the OwnerGo app installed on their phone and they are registered as a resident of the community through OwnerGo. So that's how they will appear. They have to install the app and register for access. There's also a red alert and green alert. This will, anytime someone opens the screen, they will be flashed with a message front and center. It's either in red or green. And it's kind of like an alert, like, hey, we have a board meeting tonight, or something important that you want people to know. Maybe a phone number to call or something like that. It's maybe a temporary situation. You can also add this schedule here if you want to open the door or keep the door open for a specific period of time. Maybe you have an open house or something of that nature. That's something the property manager would set up. This here allows you to have access card functionality with the call box. Maybe you want to turn off access card functionality for certain time frames. So this allows you to schedule either for 24 hours a day or for a specific time frame when the access card scanning will work. And this is for the integrated card reader. And there's also the slider screen here. This is for the flashing messages that show on the call box when it's not in use. So this will allow you to schedule various pictures and text that you want to show. You create multiple sliders for multiple pictures. So if you want to show 5 different pictures that revolve on the screen, you would create 5 different slider schedules. And then if you wanted to show one at a specific time, you have to create more schedules for each time frame that you want to show that picture. And then finally, I'll go over this face recognition feature. If you want to add that for specific times of the day or 24 hours a day, this allows residents to opt in and register their face with the call box, and allows them to hit that button, and then they can gain access to the building with just their face. So if I click cancel here, to edit any schedule, you can click either the button or the edit screen over here. And this allows you to change the days of the week that you want this to show. Obviously, if you want to have Monday through Friday, different time frame than Saturday and Sunday, you'd have to create 2 different schedules. One for during the week that had perhaps 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And then another schedule. Let's say you wanted Saturday and Sunday to be a longer period of time. You would create another schedule that would have a broader time frame. Let's say 2 a.m. to midnight. Additionally, the schedules can be configured to open 1 or multiple doors, up to 2 doors. It is the integrated relay that's built into the call box. But additionally, you can set up remote relays. So we support the iTalk remote relay, which is you can read more about that at ownergo.com/install, the setup instructions for that. But once you have that set up in OwnerGo, you can have it open 2 different doors at once. So let's say you have an inner door and an outer door, and so it can open the outer door initially for a certain amount of seconds, and then maybe you want to open the inner door for 5 minutes. Maybe it takes them a few minutes to get to that door. Let's say this is the package room that you want them to visit. So if you want to open it for 5 minutes, you type in 600 seconds for that remote relay. Additionally, you might be prompted to set up the building. So you can organize residents by building numbers in OwnerGo. So if this call box only services one building, you want this button to only show the residents from that building. So that's why you can either select whole community or the specific building that the residents live in. Additionally, there is the buttons, the schedules sometimes have free-form text here. You can enter in a message for people to read that will help them identify the functionality that's there. So if you want to customize that message, you can change that here. Two more things I'm going to go over are how to enter pins and control the package codes. So if you want to control the package codes, you go to your home screen again, then go to website settings and go to package pad. And this will allow you to set up passcodes for each of the carriers. So if you want to set up a code for Amazon, type in Amazon there, and then they would enter Amazon in the call box to enter the building. Obviously, you want to have it a little bit more of a secret than the word Amazon. You go down here and you can click save, and that will save the passcodes. For the pins, you select the access link up here, and this allows you to change the specific pins that are allowed. You might have some for management here, so if you want to type this 0622, and this can be manager pin, you can change those here. Also, if you go to the settings tab, there's a feature here that allows you to send a monthly random door access code to the community. So that will be revolving, will change each month, and that will give residents a new monthly code each month to access the community. So as I said earlier, the property manager will have full control over these settings once you hand the call box over to them. But if you have any other questions about the call box, feel free to email support@ownergo.com.